This one is really exciting. This can be a whole new direction. This can save us a lot of money, but we're going to use it with a twist. Today we're gonna have fun testing a new way to do image transfer using an inkjet or a laser printer. And the main thing is that we're gonna use a new transfer medium. Testing a new transfer medium is always fun. Today we're going to transfer with Gesso, a white paint mixture which is used as a primer. So yeah, our transfer medium today is Gesso, but we're gonna use it with a twist. And actually we're gonna test a homemade Gesso and see if it actually works for image transfer. From past experience I have, I know commercial Gesso, the stuff you can buy in the store, works for image transfer, and it works on different surfaces like wood or canvas, but I have no idea if the homemade Gesso will work. So this is what we're gonna test today, the homemade stuff. I hope it works. Gesso is often used by artists as a surface primer, and you can get it at any art store. And by the way, Gesso dries white and not clear, so you have to take it into account when you use it for image transfer. So I'm not sure it will be great for text or graphics unless you want them on a white background. But I guess you can always use clear Gesso for text or graphics. So the other day I found this website and she has 6 different recipes to make a homemade Gesso. I'm going to try 2 of these recipes. I'm going to try the plaster of Paris recipe and the cornstarch recipe. And by the way, I will link to this website below this video. So first let's make the Gesso using the plaster of Paris, which you can get at the art and craft store or also at the hardware store. Since this is a test, I'm going to make just a small amount of the recipe. The recipe calls for PVA glue, which I think this is what school glue is. I hope I'm right. I'm going to use an inexpensive craft paint just to keep this recipe on a budget. Okay, so next let's make the cornstarch recipe. And in order to have a control test, I'm also going to transfer with Gesso I got in the art store. I hope our test today is successful because it will be really nice to save all this money on Gesso. If you use it a lot, you know, it can be expensive. So yeah, let's hope it works. So first, let's choose our receiving surface. I'm going to transfer to these canvas panels. And I'm going to print my photo with a low-end inkjet printer on standard weight printer paper. I'm going to transfer an inkjet photo today, but if you want, it works just the same with a laser print. The main difference is that it will take longer for the transfer to happen, and usually the removal of the paper is very labor intensive. Okay, so I'm gonna cut the photo to size. I'm going to start with the plaster of Paris and brush a good amount of it on the canvas panel surface. And now place the image face down onto the wet surface and press it down with your fingers. You can also use an old card to help you get rid of the air bubbles. Okay, so now we're going to repeat the same steps with the other two transfers. And now I'm gonna let everything dry for about 15 minutes. And if you love this process, you're gonna love my book, the Mixed Media Photography book. It's available on Amazon, so make sure you get it soon. Okay, I think it's dry. And now I spray the back of the transfer with water. And I simply remove all the paper as much as I can. I usually like to start at the corner and go from there. Okay, so I was able to remove most of the paper and it looks like plaster of Paris actually works for photo transfer. And if you like this video, make sure to like it and subscribe. I make this type of videos every week and you don't want to miss one. So now let's try and see if the cornstarch recipe works. It's actually quite difficult removing the paper. It's very sticky. And then this happened. Yeah, definitely not my favorite. Okay, so finally let's test the store-bought gesso and see if it works the same. Now, before comparing the different recipes, I'm going to seal and coat them all with a gloss varnish. To be honest, none of these came out great, but I feel like if I let it dry longer, like a couple of hours, maybe the results would have been better. I'm not sure. But overall, I'm happy to see that homemade gesso made from a plaster of Paris actually works. It's not great, but I think it's pretty nice. So I'm really happy with this result. I think I would not make the cornstarch again. It was just too sticky. It doesn't work well for image transfer. I think it's really nice that you can use your own homemade gesso, not only because you save money, but also because you can make it any way you want. You can control the consistency and the color of the gesso. And let me know in the comments below your thoughts about this process, and if you would like to see more videos like this, and you want to see me testing new processes and materials and different surfaces, and just doing more fun experiments like this. I really had fun testing this process, so I hope you had fun too. It will be the new experimental channel. I just like to experiment with my photos. Today we're gonna test a new way. I'm so excited about it because we're gonna use a new inkjet. And by the way, gesso dries, it can cost a bunch. That actually, so yeah, let's made from plaster of Paris. And click here if you want to see another image transfer test video. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.